Okay, so the goals for today's video are simple. Goal number 1, build the gaming PC for the 1%, the fastest off-the-shelf gaming rig that money can buy. Goal number 2, don't completely F it up like last time.
That's the intro.
So let's start with what's going to be the same as our last attempt that you guys will never see because it was awful. First, a handful of you were probably thinking to yourselves, while Ivan and I criticized every system integrator on the planet, well, could you guys even do it better? So we are actually going to be trying to build a system better. So we're going to be doing it together today. And we are sticking with the Core i9 9900K 8-core processor. We are sticking with dual GTX 2080 Ti ROG Strix cards from Asus. These are the overclocked versions. And we are sticking with 32 gigs of our DDR4 3200 memory. We know that's not quite the fastest memory, but okay, that's the one thing that's not fastest. Give us a break. So this is the Darkbase Pro 900. We have upgraded our power supply to a 1000 watt Dark Pro 11, and perhaps most importantly, because this was our biggest problem, we have changed our motherboard. Instead of trying to get away with 3 slots of spacing between our 2080 Ti graphics cards, by the way, pro tip for you guys, those things run freaking hot. We have gone with a motherboard that will allow us to have quad spacing. And this was actually what necessitated the case change, because this is one massive Z390 board. It's actually larger than standard ATX, but not quite eATX. It's kind of in that in-between land. What the hell is going on here? Is this like an OC dial?
Yeah, it lets you turn up your gaming to 11.
It's madness. How much is this thing? Look at it. It has 2 regular USB 3s, 2 of the new Type-C ones, U.2, 3 M.2s.
That's not all of them. There is an expansion card for, I believe, 2 more inside. I mean, I think that's their flagship. I mean, it says Godlike right on it.
It has a 1/4-inch headphone jack.
It even has an infinity mirror up on this. That's what it is.
Oh my God. Okay, anyway, let's build a rig, shall we? So as usual, we're gonna start with our CPU. So we've got a Core i9 9900K. Is it the best value for gaming? No. Is it the fastest for gaming? Yes. There is a small asterisk. We did run into some weird issues with minimum FPS with hyperthreading enabled. Seems to be like a Windows scheduler thing. Now RAM. These are pretty memory slots. I actually haven't used an MSI board for a build in quite some time. I think we have orange RAM.
This is being covered by the heatsink pretty much entirely, even see it. However, we do have the orange kit.
Oh, really?
Yeah, check over here, I'll check upstairs, okay?
Okay. We could just put in like some Trident Z Royal for lulz. Oh yeah, this is 4000.
I found it.
It's okay, we're gonna go Trident Z Royal anyway. This is so far over the top. Oh man, look at this. Oh, I mean, come on. There's a certain point where once you go tackier, it gets pretty, you know? Having so much fun right now. I've never had this much fun installing RAM. Look at this. CPU cooler next then?
All right,
let's do it.
I think I lost the English manual, but I got the German and the Russian. Which one you want to go by?
Well, it looks like you're doing the heatsink then.
Okay, German it is, fine.
What? No! But you don't read German, do you? No, you don't. I know you don't. Take the Russian one. Take the Russian one.
Wiegen Sie die Cooler im Antrag Brücke mittig auf den Cooler.
So here goes our first M.2 device. It's a 960 Pro. I know. We actually have a 970 Pro over there, but like, this already has an OS on it, and it really doesn't make that much of a difference.
Gaming!
Our second M.2 device is going to be a 32 gig Optane memory module to accelerate our 12 terabyte hard drive. That way we can have a great big library of games.
Yeah, well, one can say if your M.2 gets shorted, then you are screwed.
What? No one is saying that.
It was your idea to have me in the video, so.
Now I know how all the ROG Rig Reboot kids felt. Just these jokes and these references. I can't take it anymore. So our power supply here is 80 plus platinum certified, comes with a mostly modular interface. So the one cable they have pre-attached is the 24-pin ATX connector. You'll probably need one of those. And it uses one of Be Quiet's very quiet fans. Which one do they use on this one, actually?
I believe it's Silent Wings 3.
This is a Silent Wings 3? Oh, that's pretty nice. We are German. It is exactly 135 millimeters. We don't care that everyone else calls it 140. So we need, for this motherboard, 2 8-pin connectors. For our video cards, we need 2 dual 8-pin PCI Express connectors. And then for our hard drive, need a couple of SATA connectors for that, so I'll grab one of these.
In case you're stuck, there's manufacturer's opinion, aka the manual over here.
Oh, no, I was about to actually acknowledge that. Man, full marks for like, it being built like a tank, but the armor is preventing me from inserting the power supply. I am going to figure this out without the manual. Yes! All right, so power supply goes in here. We got our nice filtered air intake for it. Bippity boppity, done. Check out the thumb screws this power supply comes with. And they ship 5 just in case one is bad, I guess. That RAM is really tight. So I'm running the dual 8 pins that we're gonna need for the top of our motherboard right now. So I can run them straight up the back here. That's not bad.
So I'm just measuring the distance between the card.
What? What? Wow, that is really tight. But what's nice is, check this out. So I'm gonna bring the other one over real quick here. Unlike our last kick at the can, we can put our second card right there, giving both of them ample room to breathe. I really would not want to be a PCIe 1X card installed in between these. We're just finishing up a little bit of cable management here. So we've got both of our fans running off of the CPU fan 1 connector here. We're just kind of trying to tuck this in.
I already tried jamming it in, so if I couldn't fit, you obviously wouldn't either.
Oh, that's the nicest thing you've ever said to me. I think I can be happy with that.
The fan can still
Nope,
spin.
it can still spin. All right, so the motherboard's going in.
Someone needs to hold the case. How about you put it in a hold it, so it doesn't tip over.
It's just really heavy.
Get it? Linus Tech tips. Hey, this is my life, okay? Don't judge.
Man, this is looking good though.
Here's the thing, I think we should actually install the upper card first, because see how tight the clearance is? The right one I think is not fully in, there's a gap.
Oh,
they disconnected.
Right. Damn it. All right, it's in now.
Is it? Oh.
Yeah, it's in now.
Because I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Okay, wanna grab one of the cards?
Look at this thing. It's like thicker than my accent.
Yay. All right, so that's in, like frickin' barely. This whole system is nuts. So we're almost done most of the standard wiring, just connecting a USB 3 header here. But there's some interesting stuff about the case at the back. Oh. So we've got, we can have performance or silent configured along these 4 or these 4 ports. We're gonna go straight to performance based on our experience last time. Then we've also got the ability to plug in RGB for our included LED strips right here. You can connect the fan controller to PWM, and then you can use the included fan controller. So if you move it all the way over to the left, it just lets the motherboard control it. And then if you move it over, then you've got completely infinite control, so no steps, completely stepless control from either, what is it, 400 to 1100 or something?
Yes, and then the performance mode is like 600 to 1400.
Sweet. All right, so let's do it. I'm gonna plug the RGB connector in, the single most important connector in this entire build. And we're getting close here, aren't we? So one thing that's still left for us to install, aside from our second graphics card, is our hard drive. Now, we can actually install hard drive cages in all of these guys up here, and they're all included with the case. But frankly, these 2 that sit under the shroud are enough for, I would think, most people anyway. I mean, who installs like 7 hard drives in their systems anymore? And I'd just rather have the cooling from these fans rather than a bunch of hard drives here, especially with these graphics cards. Never a dull moment if you're into PCs being built.
Thank you.
There, mother.
It's like I'm the town barber, right? Oh, make it pretty. Say no more, fam. Who else do you know who carries a 24-pinner in his freaking pocket at all times?
All right, so this is it. We are basically there. Back of the system is cable managed enough, and the front looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna clear the desk. Ivan's gonna grab our 1%er gaming peripherals, and we are pretty much ready to go. Okay, so our keyboard isn't quite 1%er, but I think this G703, sure, we'll call that. It's pretty good. All right, just making sure it looks good for the moment of truth. Do you wanna hit the power button at the back?
It's on.
Look at that memory! Oh God. This is like full swagger. And we got a post on first attempt.
One can say that you've got mail. Get it, post?
Nope. Are there ninjas fighting on that screen on the motherboard?
And that is the favorite part of this build. Look, the dragon defeats the ninjas while freaking dabbing. All right, so I kept the same drivers.
What do we want to start with? We got to close up the side panel, because if we're going to believe that this thing doesn't thermal throttle, we have to actually push it.
Can you please stop calling this machine an it? Okay, it's a she.
It's a she? All right, stress test.
This is 4K
144.
Oh my bad.
Yeah. So we're back at defaults. There's just a couple things we need to do. We need to change the SATA mode to RAID/Optane mode, and we are going to enable our XMP profile to see what happens. Hopefully that'll work.
I thought friends don't let friends enable XMP profile.
Generally they don't, but come on, we put 4,000 megahertz RAM in here. Let's see if it can do it. And it crashed! Is this where I get the told you so about XMP? I remember having the craziest conversation with someone from ASUS when I was like, yeah, I hate XMP. And they're like, why? I was like, what do you mean why? Because it doesn't work.
Most of the time, overwhelming majority of the time.
It's also possible that was just some random glitch, because this didn't have any hiccups so far.
You know there's no such thing as random, right? Even random number generator is not quite random. Here you go. In Soviet Russia, right, it's like you take over by...
Okay, all right, just cut. Maybe he'll stop. This is kind of incredible, man. Like, I think I've seen 1 or 2 dips below 60 FPS. Like, I have never seen this benchmark run this smoothly. So we're gonna get the score any moment now. And the goal is that this is the PC for the 1%.
It's over 10K.
Over 10K, well over 10K. Ooh. What? No!
Occupy SLI.
90, the 2%. There's probably a little more we can do here. Let's go increase our power limit to 125. I think this core is good for about plus 100 or so, was it?
We had a profile.
Oh, before? Profile? Oh yeah, there's our profile. Let's try again, let's try again. 2%.
You know that one graphics card in there is worth more than my entire PC setup?
Did you know that one graphics card in there is worth more than my entire PC setup? This is looking higher, and no crash yet. And we just broke 11,000. Time to compare online. Show me that 1%, baby. 98%, come on!
Okay, what if we boosted the CPU clocks a little bit? It does make a difference in the simulation test.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so we're going to 4.8 gigahertz. We're gonna try and keep our memory at 3600. And that's a lot of things to change in one go. All settings were reset to default values. Goodbye, extreme memory profile. Hello, maybe gonna boot. We are now running at 4.8 gigahertz locked.
Across all cores.
Across all cores. Let's fire up the CPU-Z. All right, here we go. Results time. Temp's still very comfortable.
So it was like 11.2.
Oh, come on! Well, I'm not expecting this to be any better because why would you, but whatever, there it is, 98%. Okay, fine, we'll push your last 15 megahertz here and see if that makes the difference. If this doesn't do it, we don't have a lot left in the tank. What, 30 more points or something? I doubt that's gonna be the difference here. And it isn't. Now let's try some actual games, shall we? So what do you think? Shadow of the Tomb Raider, graphics, ultra, with motion blur off, 4K, 120 hertz, SMA-A. Let's see where we end up here. Before that though, I'd like to share a computer joke with you. What happened to the PC enthusiast whose side panel got all scratched up? He lost his temper.
I don't get it.
It's tempered glass.
Damn, that's smooth. We might just have to run the benchmark though, but like, holy crap.
Display options, display graphics, hit R.
Go ahead and cut.
What the hell? Look.
Oh!
Whoa, yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah, you can roll on this.
Yeah, what?
4K!
And this is fully maxed out. With
except no motion blur because motion blur is garbage.
Blur is bad, yes. I don't think I've ever seen a counter break 2 digits.
Holy
here until now.
Ball sacks, that is unreal.
No, this is a Tomb Raider. It's not new. What?
Jesus. Do you see that? We cracked 200 FPS, not for long, but we cracked 200 FPS for a sec there. I've never been so enraptured by this benchmark run.
Enraptured?
Yeah.
It's a word? Yes, I made
Oh, well, no, that's not, no, that wasn't my, okay, I wasn't making jokes. I was just serious
just
business.
Nobody laughed.
This is unreal. 128 FPS at 4K. I mean, this makes me feel a little better about, you know, not being in the 1% 3D Mark. Unreal. And what's really cool about this is that we actually did experience reasonable, like not amazing, but reasonable SLI scaling across a variety of titles. So once you're cranking it up, 4K, Ultra, you've got your NVLink bridge, dual RTX 2080 Ti's, yeah, it's a gaming experience unlike any other. It was still a lot of fun to build something that,
wow.
Slab engineering.
Oh man.
In our defense, though, we knew that wasn't going to stay there. We didn't even take the sticky tape off.
Yeah, because I only used half, so we can use it. Yes, okay.
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
you know.
I know. Let's just try that again. Okay, so we didn't achieve our goal, top 1% 3D Mark times by Extreme, but it was still a lot of fun just being hands-on with, just experiencing the best of what exists today. This is an absolutely phenomenal machine, even if it's only in the top 2% of times by Extreme. And something to bear in mind is that the top 2% of times by Extreme is well within the top 1% worldwide anyway. So that's what I'm gonna tell myself to make myself feel better. So a big thank you to Be Quiet for sponsoring this endeavor. We learned a lot, like that you definitely need the additional spacing between RTX 2080 Ti's. So that was fun. And thanks to you guys for watching. If you guys disliked this video, you can hit that button. But you know, I'm gonna know you're jelly, right? And if you liked it, hit like, get subscribed, or maybe consider checking out where to buy the stuff we featured at the link in the video description. Also down there is our merch store, which has cool shirts like this one. These are more affordable. And our community forum, which you guys should totally join.